All right, so really quickly, we're going to go through a quick video on the graph just to show the overall health of this chart and this market. Again, it's always good for community members to bring these to my attention because I get bored looking at the same chart. This is interesting. What you're looking at is the 3-day chart here, and this is essentially 2.5, 3 years worth of data. So I believe in that. This is after the capitulation of the last bull market and where this is basically bottomed out over the time. And so some of the healthy things that I'm seeing right now as far as the graph, and these are all my horizontal trend lines. These are the first things that I always set in a graph or in a chart when I look at it. And then I always put on the Bollinger Bands. Of course, there's a diagonal line that I'm going to put in here that I really think is going to show whereabouts this is going. There might even be two of them. But right now we're going to go over basically the horizontal trend lines and the overall health of the market. What I'm seeing right now is awesome rounding, right? That's always a good thing because you're looking for that kind of reverse J move, and you're starting to see it on the graph as well. You are a lot of these OG coins, right? The ones that have been in it for a minute came down here, consolidated. You're seeing the long accumulation phase, and then a lot of them are starting to move up to their next. Now the graph right now has not moved, in my opinion, yet to break it out of these trenches. And a lot of these 2017, 2020 coins or whatnot, you see the trenches at the bottom of what was a bull market. Now, the two things that I'm seeing that's awesome with this chart is that there's breaks and retests and that there's higher highs. So you're going to see right now where it's just making higher moves. It's breaking out, it's retesting, it's breaking out, it's retesting. Now, this hit the 50-cent mark at one point, and this might have been like, I don't know, November. And it also, once you saw this breakout and ride the top of that Bollinger Band for a while, you knew that that was going to start to exhaust at one point. If you were a trader, if you're somebody looking to take profits, for somebody that just got into the graph at the 10-cent mark, you know what I mean? So a lot of people took profits. Of course, that 50 cent is going to be a psychological barrier. So that's why basically that got rejected, and that got rejected huge once this started happening. Once you saw this right here, support break, on the 35-cent mark, you knew that this was probably going to drop more because that was right at the median line of that Bollinger Band. Guys, I always say that you can trade just Bollinger Bands off of that 20-day moving average rate in the median line as it goes, and knowing when it constricts, it's probably going to pop one way, and when it opens up, you better look for it to go the other way. Right now, what you're seeing is this had a constriction, this had a pop, and this did get up to that 35-cent mark, and it just got rejected. But this also did the same thing it did back here. It rode the top of the Bollinger Band to that next resistance mark, and it got rejected. The only part right now, as far as, and this is the macro, this is the 3-day, but this is getting rejected off of the median line of the Bollinger Band, and it's also getting rejected off of that 25-cent horizontal trend line mark. So my guess is it's at least going to come back down here to touch the top of this bottom Bollinger Band, which isn't bad, guys. I really think that this is going to go sideways for a little bit longer. But the good thing here, let me just quickly, sorry, let me go really quick here. Just make a diagonal trend line. That this chart's looking pretty good as far as this goes, and this is could be considered a bump and run pattern, a reverse bump and run, I should say. But if you see that right there, right, then you're also going to bring into line where this could be considered where it's going into an ascending triangle of sorts, and at which point it is going to pop. Like I said, the good thing that I'm seeing about this chart right now is that it is continuously making higher highs at the moment, albeit everybody wants to get rich quick, so they really wanted that 50-cent point to break so it can run, which it will. But the good thing that I'm seeing right now is that it is making higher highs. It's retesting horizontal support. It's just hitting the resistances along the way as well. It should, getting rejected. I would think that if you see the confluence between that diagonal trend line and the top of the bottom of that Bollinger Band, you can see why that would be some serious support. So I'm guessing it's going to hit here, kind of squiggle a little bit, and start stair-stepping its way out of here. You understand what I'm saying? This 50-cent mark is going to be a big break when it does break, and hopefully it doesn't just run at that point. It stays healthy and retests, but that's just what I see. There's a long way to run on this. I mean, this really did. And I'm just going to bring it up to the rudimentary to show you where where this was, it just the overall, and I hate even pulling up this, but I just happen to have it on. So hold on 2 seconds. So I mean, you can see over the time the whole rounding, and this is on the linear chart, right? But this at one point got up to what 220, 230, somewhere around there. Like I said, I don't hold this, but it's a pretty awesome chart, and this rounding here is going to absolutely slingshot this, and I just do this so that you can see the overall perspective. I know a lot of times you can get lost in the candle chart, but there's that. Now let me bring it back to the candles. Hold on 2 seconds. And you're going to see that this is the bottom of what you're looking at for the lion. So it really is starting to make that reverse J move up. Once that 50-cent mark goes, there's not a lot of barriers in front of it as far as resistance. So I just really see that that's going to be pretty awesome to watch. So I think it's going to stair step its way up, get to this 50 cent, come back, retest. And I mean, this is going off to where it needs to go, right? So that rounding is what you're really looking at. So that's the graph. It is healthy, and that's just what I see overall. Guys, if you need anything, feel free to DM. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that goodness too. Much love to the